Breakups don't just randomly happen. They creep in silently, often before you see it coming. A 2025 study tracked over 10,000 people across 4 national longitudinal studies. It revealed a clear pattern. Relationship satisfaction doesn't suddenly collapse at the end. It slowly slips into what researchers call a terminal decline. This decline begins years before the actual breakup. First as a slow pre-terminal dip, then a steep crash in the months before separation. The drop in relationship satisfaction was even sharper than general life satisfaction, especially for partners who didn't choose the breakup. But here's the problem. Most people don't even notice that they're on that path. They may say things like, well, maybe I'm just tired, or I'm probably overthinking. After more than a decade of helping couples through this, I've learned that by the time it feels obvious, it's often already deep in motion. I'm Jourdan Travers, a licensed psychotherapist, and today I'm revealing the 3 most common breakup signs I see long before couples realize that they're heading for the end. Sign number 1, you feel relieved when you imagine a life without them. One of the earliest signs is an unexpected sense of relief. You start fantasizing about freedom, picturing mornings where you don't have to manage emotional strain and where your body feels light again. You stop imagining a future together and start picturing a life that's fully your own. Over time, exhaustion seeps in. You stop trying to repair what's broken. You stop initiating conversations and you stop reaching. Back in 2022, a team of Turkish psychologists led by Dr. Nursel Topkaya began noticing a troubling pattern in couples seeking counseling. Many of them weren't coming in because of explosive conflicts or sudden betrayals. Instead, they arrived hollow-eyed, speaking of a fog that they couldn't name, a sense of being drained, numb, and strangely indifferent toward their partners. To investigate, the researchers studied over 400 married people from all walks of life. The couples most at risk weren't necessarily those with less money or shorter marriages. Instead, burnout clustered where 3 forces collided: feeling less capable of keeping the relationship strong, being harsh and critical towards themselves instead of kind, and feeling less happy in general life. But one factor stood out more than anything else: happiness. Those who felt unhappy were far more likely to already be slipping into emotional burnout without even realizing it. Burnout also showed up more in women and people with more children, likely because of the constant caregiving demands and emotional load they carried. And because burnout grows quietly, most couples don't notice it's happening. It doesn't show up as big fights at first. It shows up as silence, as exhaustion, as not caring enough to keep trying. Left unchecked, that quiet distance can eventually turn into emotional separation, and then an actual breakup. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and press that bell icon so that you never miss a day of science-backed advice. Sign number 2, you're exhausted all of the time. When you're constantly making excuses, compensating, or dwelling on the times you could have said things but you didn't, your body begins to grieve before your mind catches up. It means that the emotional labor has started to outweigh the connection you're trying so hard to maintain. Because at this point, you don't even want to try and fix the broken parts. You just want to wake up feeling rested enough to go about your day. Researchers have actually studied what this kind of exhaustion does inside relationships, and what they found explains why it feels so heavy. In 2023, psychologists in Spain followed 131 dual-earner couples, trying to understand why some people ended up completely drained while others stayed emotionally steady. They discovered something important. When the stress from work and family life kept clashing, what they called work-family conflict, it created a spillover of emotional exhaustion for both partners. And the more conflict built up, the more drained both people became. And here's the part that hits home. This exhaustion didn't just stay with one person. It spread between partners, like emotional secondhand smoke. If one person came home worn down and overwhelmed, their partner was far more likely to feel emotionally spent too. Women in particular carried a heavier load. The study showed that women often use their energy to keep the family side of things running smoothly, which reduced their partner's stress, but drained them in the process. You wake up tired, go to bed tired, and somewhere along the way, you stop remembering what rested even feels like. And this kind of exhaustion doesn't just stay in your head. One study followed couples for several days and found that after emotionally strained conversations, even the kind that never fully turned into a fight, both partners ended up feeling more tired. It's like your body keeps score of every negative interaction, even the ones you thought you brushed off. Sign number 3, you keep wondering if you should leave. The third sign is the mental tug of war that doesn't stop. You start replaying your entire history, stacking the good moments against the bad ones, and weighing future plans against past disappointments. There may be no dramatic reason to leave, just fewer and fewer reasons to stay. Some days you feel anchored. Other days you feel something fundamental is missing. And the debate never ends. Research found that people who felt conflicted about their partner often experienced mental whiplash, swinging from craving closeness to pulling away, from imagining a shared future to feeling numb. That conflict didn't just create confusion, it quietly reshaped behavior, fueling overthinking, emotional withdrawal, and self-doubt. And if you keep asking yourself, should I leave? The question itself may be the answer. Sometimes the clearest sign that a relationship is ending isn't what's happening between you, it's what has stopped happening within you. And that's the part most people notice last. And if this video helps you get to a decision on whether you see these signs in your relationship, I have linked a free 2-minute test in the description. I'm Jourdan Travers. I'm the clinical director of Awake Therapy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.